Hello, I'm Dr. Russell Dawn, President of Concordia University Chicago. Thank you for tuning in to today's Cougar Athletics broadcast. We take great pride in the strength of both our athletic and academic programs, which are rooted in our steadfast commitment to Jesus Christ. Dedicated to the liberal arts as a foundation of a high-quality college degree, we believe education should form individuals for service to their neighbors. This makes Concordia Chicago an exciting and fulfilling place to study, work, learn, and grow. Learn more today by visiting cuchicago.edu. Thank you, and go Cougars!
And we are live, ladies and gentlemen, here from River Forest as we welcome you to another presentation of the Concordia Chicago Cougars women's soccer team as they take on the Spartans from Aurora University here from Concordia Stadium. Alongside everyone, I'm Rafael Gonzalez, joined by Peter Borkowski. So we get set in a game in which both teams in desperate need of picking up their first win of the year.
Well, first win of the year, first conference win as well. Both teams are looking for head coach of the Cougars, Eddie Garza, still looking for his first win at the helm. His team has been in plenty of close matches up to this point. However, they are coming off their worst loss of the season on the 17th. They were at Edgewood, dropped that one 4-0. Meanwhile, Aurora, they're in a similar spot. Their last game was also the 17th. They were taking a visit to conference rival St. Norbert College. They dropped that one 4-0. So Cougars looking to pick up their first win. Spartans looking to do the same. Aurora coming into today a record of 0-3-3 overall, 0-2 in conference. Meanwhile, Cougars are rocking an 0-2-3 record overall, 0-1-1 in conference. That tie was back here in River Forest on the 14th when they welcomed Benedictine. They tied that one. They were at Benedictine, tied that one 0-0.
So far, the Cougars in their first two games of the season at home, they both drew both of them. One against St. Mary's, Indiana, and the one in St. Xavier.
So we're going to see who Eddie Garza rolls out for the Cougars as the starters make their way to the field. So we'll get those starters announcements in just a second, as well as the national anthem. It's likely, though, we will see Cassie Salenzi start in net for the Cougars. Salenzi, 5 games played on the season, 429 minutes, 13 seconds. She's allowed 7 goals on 46 shots against, 1.47 goals against average, and 848 save percentage. Definitely doing her part to try and keep her team in games. She just needs a little bit of goal support. CUC's averaging just 0.6 goals a game. Meanwhile, we'll get the starters for Aurora. Starting in net is number 30, Kelsey Deck. 6 games played, 1.55 goals against average, of 786 per save percentage. So both these goalies trying to do their best for their teams. They just need a little bit of help on the offensive side of the ball.
moments. Yeah, moments away.
When we look at a couple players to look out for the Cougars, we've already talked about goalie Cassie Salenzi, someone else to look out for. Number 21, Juliana Paulson, leads the team in goals, points, shots, and shooting percentage. She's tied for the team lead in shots on goal. So Paulson, this is a team who struggled offensively, but most of that offensive burden is being carried by Paulson thus far in the season. She's going to have a good game here to get that Cougars offense on track. Meanwhile, we look at Aurora. They got two players tied for the lead in goals. That's Jessica Mursky and number 8, Aiden Jesus. Both of them only have one goal apiece. Mursky, she leads the team in points on the season. She's got 3. So both these teams struggle offensively, both scoring under a goal per game so far in their young season. But now that we're starting to get the heart of conference play, they're going to need to pick things up here if they want to see anything close to postseason action. That's going to start today here in River Forest. These two rivals take each other on.
Last time Aurora came to River Forest, the Cougars were victorious. The final score of 1-0. You look at the all-time series history. It was a pretty long stretch from beginning of 2002 all the way to 2016, which the Cougars historically struggled against the Spartans. However, since then, pretty much both teams have been pretty even one another. As we are off and running here at River Forest. Cougars in the all-white, going from right to left. The Spartans in the black, from left to right. Throwing early on.
Well, one area the Cougars have thrived in so far this season is defense, averaging about 1.6 goals allowed per game. It's a big reason they've been in most of these games, even with their offensive struggles. They have such a strong defensive core, headlined by a couple good defenders, the likes of Megan Shelton as well as Melika Kenworthy. And then, of course, you got a stud in net with Cassie Salenzi, doing her best to get her team a win.
So far, the intensity early on from the Spartans, not allowing the Cougars to clear out of their own defensive third. And they still can. Ford gives it off there. For neck. First opportunity of the game goes wide. Early on, Spartans already applying the pressure in the final third.
Spartans doing a lot of work towards the end line of the field, especially that bottom near side corner. Trying to get some offense started from that area in particular. I haven't done it yet, of course, but good opportunity there. You see that ball ricochet off, I believe it was Kenworthy's foot, right to another Aurora player. At a good chance there. Put that one up through the uprights rather than the goal, though.
Here comes Cougars with Paulson. Gives it off right there to McQuaid, who loses it.
So you got to get that pass a little bit in front of her, like a quarterback leading a receiver in football. Can't put that one at her or behind her. It'd be a hard ball to track.
Cougars will reset again defensively. Off of the foot this time of Kenworthy. So far, I mentioned beforehand, so far the Cougars haven't lost yet at home, but haven't gotten that win yet they've been looking for. They've had 2 opportunities in both close games. Last time, of course, obviously, when they drew 2-2 all against St. Xavier back earlier in the month. Cleared away there by Fernandez. Outlet pass right there. The Chancellor seems to give him the race to get there. Spearing gets in and gives it back up now to the keeper. Beck. And then McQuaid has a go at it, and it's in the back of the net. It took a weird bounce, and it finds itself in the back of the net. And the Cougars are on the board already off the foot of the junior out of Georgetown, Kentucky. Now again, Wilkinson McQuaid.
Well, Wilkinson McQuaid, excuse me, had a goal like that earlier in the season. I'm struggling to remember which game it was in particular. I'll find that out in a second. But kind of that surprise shot. The goalie wasn't really ready for it. McQuaid puts it over her head and into the back corner of the net. So when the team, they're struggling to get settled offense going, sometimes you just have to send something towards the net and hope for the best. And Wilkinson McQuaid did that there like she did earlier in the year. And so she walks away with goal number 2 on the season, ties Paulson for the team lead.
Mentioned beforehand, she scored in the opening game of the year against St. Mary's, which she scored from about 30 yards out to help them tie. Good start already for the Cougars.
Of the Cougars' 3 goals they've scored so far this season, only one of them came in the first half. So I'm sure Coach Garza and his team happy to get a quick start here in River Forest. You don't really want to settle into an offensive lull, let Aurora's defense get their bearings under them. If you can strike fast like they just did there, kind of set the tempo a little bit, throw Aurora off balance with such a honestly weird kind of goal.
So far for Aurora, they haven't had a problem defensively as much, but the biggest problem is they haven't been able to find anything in the back of the net. But now they might have an opportunity. Clear it defensively right there by, it appears to be Allie Brown. Yes, indeed. And a shot attempt right there. Mermersky gets blocked on the way through.
Brown's only got 1 assist on the year and 1 shot, but she absolutely flies all over the field. She's a big part of the Cougars game in multiple aspects. So while her stat sheet might not be that full right now, she's such an integral part of this team in both offense and defense.
Another opportunity here for the Cougars again. They take a 2-0 lead. Shot attempt right there by Sims is saved this time by Deck.
Good job by the 3 Aurora defenders on her back. They close in on her, put the pressure on. So obviously, I don't think that's not the shot that Sims wanted. Didn't really have that much velocity on it, but I think she was feeling that pressure from behind. She just decided to get something off. Turns into an easy first save for Deck, excuse me.
Already a little over 5 minutes. We already had the goal by Wilkinson McQuaid, and now another efficient opportunity off the foot this time of Sims. Already a good start for the Cougars. Throw in there for the pass there from Kranick. It's intended there for Newton. Newton regains possession for them. We're coming in off the back of 2 consecutive defeats away to Concordia, Wisconsin, and St. Nora by a combined score of 6-0. And they're looking to end the 2-game win streak. Foul then, and immediately play on, and the ref stops it quickly.
Well, this is the Cougars' first goal in a game since way back September 7th, and they're here in River Forest for that game against St. Xavier. It's been a long time coming, but again, their defense has been there all year. Coach Garza, coming from Northern Illinois University, kind of known for a possession style of soccer, which, as the Cougars have shown this year, promotes a lot of good defense. Now he's just got to get his offensive pieces to fall into place more consistently.
Today, the Cougars won with 4 defenders on the field, and Wilkinson McQuaid, Sheldon Hernandez, and Kenworthy, while Aurora doing more of a 3-5-2, having 3 defenders, which allows more space inside the final third attacking-wise for Concordia because of the amount of space Aurora's going to defend with the 3 defenders of Newton, Ford, and Kuntz.
It's kind of a pick your poison type thing. You either load up that backyard with defensive players and really lock down defensively, but then you're going to struggle offensively like both these teams do, or you could pull one of them up, try and get your offense kick-started, but you're leaving yourself vulnerable defensively, and then you're relying on an offense that hasn't produced to, kind of need to produce if that's the case.
Passer Noonan, too much power on that one. Throw in here, upcoming for the Cougars. Throw him come out of the hands of number 12, Valerie Fernandez, the sophomore out of Burbank, Illinois.
Get our first substitution coming up here for Cougars. Paulson coming into the game, like I mentioned earlier, tied with Wilkinson McQuaid now for team lead in goals. She's going to be exchanging that green penny with Brittany Chancellor.
Paulson scored the 2 goals in the 2-2 draw back at the beginning of the month against Inning Zebra here at home. Another throw in upcoming. Quick throw in by Fernandez to Paulson. Just got a body there that time by Newton.
So it was a little bit of a sloppy throw in too. Say Paulson was moving one way, and you had Fernandez throwing her the ball the other way. Throwing the Aurora defender there, bodying up on Paulson. She just couldn't change her momentum quick enough.
Good read there by Fernandez. Another attempt to pass her to Paulson. Well read once again by a defense from Aurora. There's Brown. Leaves it off there to the near side of the wing to Fernandez. Paulson. That's the 3 of them between her, Brown, and Fernandez. Look to make the left side of the field work, and Paulson's trying to get to the corner in time. She does. However, no Cougar near there. And now Aurora looks to counter immediately back the other way. And it falls into the feet right there of Kenworthy, who will just boot it away. He's got Sal. Good pass there. Paulson. Throw.
They don't hate that look by the Cougars. Paulson likes using her speed a lot to get down that sideline. Now she's going to set up the corner kick for Kenworthy.
She was looking for Siebert out inside the box, almost like she was trying to cross it in there. Instead, it'll result into the first corner of the game for the Cougars.
Cougars can get a 2-goal lead here with how well this defense can play, especially Salenzi and net. You got to imagine that 2-goal lead is going to look pretty daunting to a team averaging .33 goals a game like Aurora is.
Vince again corner. Headed by Aurora. Ira Kenworthy will have it again. It kicks inside the box. Headed. Blocked that time. And now falls right into the feet of Gladowski. That'll be a throw-in. Good read there defensively. And now, Cassell has it cleared away, not out yet. Who will get there first? Chancellor will get, Muggleton McQuaid, excuse me, got there first. But now Aurora tries to get it away from the defensive third. And now they'll have the opportunity as a whistle and against a foul on the Cougars.
Good effort there from the Cougars, getting some nice long possession in deep into Aurora's own third. They keep that kind of pressure up, give your defense a bit of a breather so they can keep playing as well as they can without getting gassed out there. going to bode well, especially now that they have that early lead.
So far, what's interesting, they've already had 3 shots, 2 of them on target. The big problem for the Cougars this year hasn't been getting shots on target. The problem is they just haven't been able to finish, and so far, they've been able to put at least 1 through the net. Kicks it away. Now controlled for a second there. Kranik. Kranik cuts back into the middle. And a miscommunication there that time as Mariski and number 17, Abike, didn't know which one was going to receive the ball. And at the end, neither one of them just stood still.
The Cougars should be able to do something here. That miscommunication was a big mistake. Left that ball in no man's land. Basically get a free possession out of it.
Bifferneck with space. Now cuts back in the middle, has a shot for about plus 20 yards out, but no problem there for the keeper, Slenzi.
You know, Slenzi made that one look easy. I don't know if that was the easiest save, though. That ball took a bounce right in front of her feet. You never know, especially with stuff like topspin, where that ball is going to end up. So good job on the senior keep for CUC, playing that one well.
Here's Brown now who controls it.
Yeah, so you got to watch out for Aurora now. They got their first decent opportunity. Well, they had that one at the very beginning, but first in a while. You got to make sure they don't get any momentum off of it.
Ball won that time by Sims. Now the race at the corner. Be a goal kick. So they kicked away by Deck, the senior from Aurora. Ferris. Recovered there by the Cougars off the foot of Brown, who immediately gives it back right into the feet of Ford. And now perfectly trying to get the ball back. Does one-on-one with Slenzi and puts it in. Questionable defensive work there by the Cougars, and they get punished for it off the foot of Lauren Bifferneck, the sophomore out of Wisconsin, and the game's all knotted up at 1 apiece.
Great individual effort there by Bifferneck, basically one-on-one to the ball between her and Glodowski. And Glodowski had the jump, she had the body positioning on it, and Bifferneck just worked away around it. And then able to get that ball one-on-one with Salenzi, who does their usual of really coming far out into that box, try and cut down that angle when that player's so close, but all Bifferneck had to do was flip it past her. And we're tied up at 1 apiece. Glodowski maybe would have been better off just trying to boot that thing out of bounds rather than trying to fight for possession of it.
So Bifferneck becomes the 3rd goal scorer of the year for Aurora and the 3rd goal overall on the season for them. And just like that, a little over 15 minutes played in the opening half. It's 1-1. Who would have thought when 2 teams who, coming into today, had struggled scoring 8 goals per game, have now got 1 apiece with the opening half hour. Let's see here how the Cougars respond. Ferris. Newton. Good read defensively there by Ali Brown and stick her feet out. Okay. Into the midfield. Ooh. Clear just on time there by Godowski.
Glodowski whiffed on that first kick attempt. She's got to get her bearings under her right now after losing that one-on-one that led to the goal. Got to shake that off, get right back into it. Good job staying with the play and eventually clearing it. She looks maybe a little shaken up after that one.
Throw in here for the Spartans. Back-to-back throw-ins. And it looks like the Spartans, in fact, are making their first substitution of the day. So off goes number 17, Abby K. And coming onto the pitch. Get it from here. Appears to be number 7, Emma Dyer.
Now in for the Spartans, number 7, Emma Dyer.
Different neck now. Crosses it in. Looking to find it there on the feet of Dyer. However, Lindsay got there first.
That's how Salenzi plays, for better or worse. Very aggressive goalie comes out after that ball. And plays like that, that works out in her favor, able to scoop it up before the other team can do anything about it. But we also saw in that goal by Blifferneck, she kind of misjudges it. All it takes is one little flip, one little kick, and it's already past her.
Cougars will once again now in the midfield. Look to establish control. And they will, if a foul, they'll have free kick opportunity. Spartans now. Ooh, good ready there. Brown. Leaves it up there to Sieber. Whips it in. Cleared away there that time by Spearing.
Aurora's defense has really settled in right now. Cougars haven't had many good looks as of recent. Struggling to get something going here.
Throw in. Paulson couldn't use her body right there. To McQuaid. Still a fight for it, and now trying to kick it away, and does for a second. However, Hernandez heads it, but in the end result, it will be, appears a throw-in.
Last shot for the Cougars came at the 11:16 mark. We're now at the 1944 mark. So deep into the Aurora's half of the pitch now. Trying to get something going, but Aurora looks like they're going to get a possession here.
Reset, Kenworthy. Bounce off the foot of Brown. Spartans looking to take the lead. And the ball will go out of play. I'll go with a goal kick. It appears we have reached the designated water break due to the high temperatures today, which temperature is currently rising at about 84 degrees with humidity about 40%. So we'll take a quick break.
Well, before we do, though, I want to remind fans you can head over to CUCougars.com for everything CUC athletics related, like CUC women's soccer. That's who you're watching right now. All you got to do is click on sports, and whatever team you're looking for, you can find rosters, schedules, stats, and more. All of this, once again, on CUCougars.com.
We'll be back with 24-12 left here in the opening half. back here. The first half still leveled up at 1 apiece between two teams who are looking at the first win of the year. Those are joined late. Cougars got on the board first of the goal of Megan Wilkinson McQuaid, giving her second goal of the year. Shortly after that, the Spartans responded back with a goal off the foot of Lauren Beaverneck.
See some personnel change for the Cougars. Tana Watson on the field now. So she was coming in for Jamie Siebert. Takes a seat on the bench, gets a little bit breather, like Raphael said. It's a hot one here in River Forest today.
Throwing for the Spartans. Aurora came into the day scoring only 2 goals on the year in their opening 6 fixtures. But now since they've already reached half that total. But here come the Cougars. Watson, the first touch of the game. It's going to fall to the feet. Wilkinson McQuaid, then loses it. Dyer. And he's trying to chase her down. Dyer regains control now. Fights off Gladowski. And was looking to pass it out on the wing to Kranick. And Paulson can win the race to get it in time.
So there's a nice play by Sims. Shelby Sims, a transfer to CUC this year, coming from Monmouth College. Did a good job picking the pocket and then trying to send it downfield, just a little off with the kick. It looked like a good opportunity there with Paulson ready to receive it and use her speed to get downfield. The kick just a little bit off target.
Camberley gets out of harm's way. Hernandez. Up to Paulson. Tries to control it. Kicks it to McQuaid. McQuaid now has it. McQuaid now looking for Watson potentially. Pass, but right into the feet there that time. Disappearing.
On that attempt by Wilkinson McQuaid, I was going to mention something about how Coons should have maybe initiated contact a little sooner. She's given Wilkinson McQuaid a lot of time, but ended up being a smart play. Stayed in front of her, didn't really give her any angle to go to force that pass right into her near defender. So good defensive play there by number 28 in black, McKenna Coons.
Throwing red ball that time by Shelton. Found a free kick opportunity here. Spartans. Quick throw in. Opportunity. Blinkerfoot to get her second. Good save there by Slenzy. Ball still in play. Cleared out by Kentworthy.
Well, that was a tough series of events there for the Cougars. Aurora, they got that kick off quick. Basically got a one-on-one with Salenzi. And again, Salenzi being extremely aggressive, coming out to cut down that angle, worked in her favor this time. Really similar to that play that ended up in a goal earlier in the game from Bliffernicht. So Salenzi staying true to her aggressive style. This one worked out in her favor.
Watson. Throw it. Paulson kicks it up head. Walton trying to out-muscle. Defender does. Whips it in. Nowhere near to get it. Paulson wins it. Hernandez got met there by Dyer. And the pass on the way gets blocked. However, they give it right back to her. Brown loses a bounce for a second. Regains it. The right side of the wing. And they'll throw. It looks like a pair of substitutions coming on for the Cougars. So one of them is Wilkinson McQuaid. She comes off.
Hannah Bowers on the field now for CUC, as is number 13, Chia Filone. Wearing the face mask as well. You saw her.
Comes Brown. Got met right there by 3 defenders right there near her.
So Filone make contact with the head of another player in their last game here at CUC against St. Xavier.
And they're going to book a yellow here. Appears on Sims.
So Filone in for Glodowski, Bowers in for Wilkinson McQuaid. Then we got a Aurora substitution, Madison Hogan in for Hannah Ford.
A little over 17 minutes here in the opening half remaining. Not the best throw in the world ever for Hernandez, however, dropped another attempt at it. A good job there by Gasell.
Good job to out-muscle Hannah Ford. Excuse me, no, that's number 21, Mikhail Spearing, meant to say.
Farrar, she'll throw it in. The junior coming in at 5'4". Foul there against Falon. John heaves it away, but eventually gets settled down by Spearing, and now to the left foot there of Deck.
Good pursuit by Gasell. Force that ball back to Deck and then put the pressure on Deck, who just had to boot that one away and out. Give Cougars possession right back. So Gasell, another Monmouth College transfer to CUC along with Sims. Putting on the pressure. Getting Cougars that ball right back.
Ferris gonna find someone down the right wing. Ferris gives it immediately right away to Dyer. Hernandez chases it down first. And it's gonna come out to appear to be a corner, and in fact it is. So the first corner of the game for the Spartans. here within 30 minutes of the opening half.
Well, both teams kind of been back and forth since Aurora's last goal. No one's really standing out on either offensive end. Spartans change that on this kick.
Pufferneck swings it in. And whipped there at that time was Mersky. She was trying to shoot it on her right. And the ball just bounced away from her. Good job there that time by Cassell to get in front of it.
Zemersky, one of the 3 Spartans with the goal now on the season. A good chance there, just took a swing and a miss at it.
Spartans look to end the half, controlling the possession of the game. And they keep doing what they did right now, then there's a good opportunity. They might take the lead before the halftime. There's Watson. Oh, just. Now Brown. Pass way too far out of the reach there, Cassell. Substitution comes in as Mersky is out of the game now for the moment. It looks like, if I'm correct, coming in now is number 2, Evelyn Sanchez. Spain will give it right back to the keeper, Deck. Here comes Brown. She wins it. Ball on the ground, play on. Throw in here. Sanchez looking to get her first touch of the game. And a foul there committed by the Spartans. There was 2 players right there. Brown to the ground.
Well, so a little over 11 minutes to go in the first half. He's deep in Aurora's zone. See if they can get something going here. If they can go into the halftime locker room with, they can go to halftime, I should say, with the lead. It's going to be big for this offense.
6 Cougars inside the 18-yard box. Doesn't fall to either one of them. However, all may not be lost. Throw in here. Quick throw in by Hernandez. Falone. Now Aurora would like to establish possession once more here. Fernandez looking to find Paulson. This time she tries that time with Falkenstern. Couldn't connect there. Neck. Whips the ball in, headed down. However, she gains it right back, and then cleared by Kenworthy. Now in control of it. Veras. It looks like the Watson here. Brown looks to give it up ahead of Paulson. Just isn't able to get there in time for speed.
See a couple balls so far that I put just ahead of Paulson's reach. They start pulling those back a little bit, put it right at her feet. She's going to have a good head of steam going down the sideline. Pass has just got to be a little bit more on point.
So far in the opening half, these Spartans have loved to play down the right side of the field. They continue to do so right now. Hogan. Throw it. Corner. Dyer nearly got her foot onto it, and it falls at the end, though, out of harm's way into the hands of Slenzi.
We're putting on a little bit more pressure as we're under 10 minutes to go in the first half. Trying to get something to take a lead into the halftime break.
Trying to use a skip move there. Didn't quite work that time. Seven and a half minutes left. One substitution coming on, I believe, for both teams.
So it will be Paulson off for the Cougars. In is number 28, Madeline Georgopoulos. Meanwhile, Madison Hogan out for the Spartans. See in a minute. Number 22, Jennifer Lynn, in for the Spartans. So both coaches getting their final personnel changes in there for the half, most likely. Just about 6 minutes, 45 seconds to go. And we talked about Eddie Garza a lot, first-year head coach with the Cougars, coming from Northern Illinois University. On the other side is Sharon Sitch, her 5th year at the helm of the Spartans, 1934 and 10 overall record, 16-21 and 5 in conference.
Falkenstern. Brown. Let's get it back to Falkenstern. Can't win it. Dyer keeps it in play. Falkenstern wins it back. Outlet pass there for Watson. She does outbody right there. Partial. However, they'll throw in for Spartans. Cougars dominated early in the opening 15 minutes of the game. Since then, the Spartans have been able to come up with numerous chances. They already have 7 shots in the opening half compared to 3 for the Cougars. And 2 of those 3 shots came in from the opening 10 minutes. Dyer couldn't whip it in there. Actually gets up, throw in here. right to the two hands there of Salenzi.
So the Cougars still have not had a shot since that one from Jordan Gosell way back at the 11-16 mark of the game. So struggling to get anything going. I think they're going to be satisfied if they could head to halftime, at least with the tie. Of course, you want to score one more goal, but when your offense struggling to produce like they are right now, at least make the playing field even and then make some adjustments during halftime, come back out looking for that game-winning goal.
It'll be interesting to see between the two head coaches which one will go more on attack offensively and which one will stay back more. See, two teams have been known throughout the year to be pretty stingy when it comes to goals against. Brown just gets dragged down on the ground there that time by Dougherty. And she'll get booked with a yellow. Neck. Coons. Cougars now have possession. Chaplain's trying to win it back. Stop the pass right there that was intended to Dyer. Comes Dyer. Cuts back in the middle. Opportunity here. Granick. Shot. Oh, nearly goes in. Just missed there by a couple of inches. To the bottom right side of the net.
And we'll see what the official scores say in the booth next to us, but I don't know if Salenzi got a hand on that one or not. I think it just went wide right. I'm crediting it as just a shot for now, so heck of an effort, though, by senior goalkeeper for Concordia. Covered a lot of space. I think if that one was on target, she would have been there anyways.
Granick was trying to add herself to become the 4th goal scorer of the year for the Spartans. She had a good couple of yards of space right there to continue going forward. However, it was a good effort on that side. Under a minute and a half here in River Forest. And Watson going to keep it in play. Throw in here. Off the hand of Bowers. Goes past Brown. Barnes looking to get a goal here and take the lead for half. Stop possession. And with saying that, now Cougars will have it. Half a minute to go. Two teams now looking for their first win of the year, but the first one in conference. And so far, through nearly 45 minutes, nothing has been able to separate these two teams.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
45 minutes done in the books here between the Spartans and the Cougars. All deadlock apiece at 1.
Well, before we take a break, we want to remind all Cougar fans, be sure to check out our YouTube page at CUC Sports for all kinds of new digital content like interviews and all the broadcasts you're seeing on the Cougar Sports Network, like the one you're watching right now. Now, you can become a member for just $5 a month to receive exclusive access to content and the ability to participate in live chats during the broadcast. All you have to do is go to our YouTube channel, CUC Sports, click the join button to become a member. But if you don't want to become a member at the time, you can still donate to our athletic communications department, and you can help continue to improve the broadcast like the one you're watching. All you have to do is click thank on any video. And once again, we sincerely support everyone for all of your support.
We'll be back for the start of the second half in a bit.
Concordia University Chicago is a Christ-centered Lutheran university where truth, freedom, and vocation form students for lives of influence and service for the common good. Our university offers a wide variety of undergraduate and graduate degree options that are available in person and online. That means we have a program designed for you. Whether you're a high school student, an adult returning to complete your degree, or someone looking to enhance your credentials and prepare for career growth. As a member of this university community, you'll also find support in your spiritual and personal life so you can grow in the faith and discover ways to serve others. To start your next journey with us, visit cuchicago.edu today.
We are back here for the start of the second half of play here between the Spartans and the Cougars, as both teams looking to search for their first win of the year, and not only that, to finally start building momentum for conference, as both of them are still winless. From the conference standpoint, the Spartans are 0-2 so far, while the Cougars are 0-1-1. For those who joined late, Cougars got on the board first. The goal from Megan Wilkinson, McQuaid, and then with shortly after that, Lauren Bickernett had scored the game-tying goal, and that's where we stand right now, 1-0.
A lot of back and forth to end that first half here in River Forest. Neither team really establishing any kind of presence, really for, I'd say, the back half of the first 45. So watch these two teams. They're both desperate to get a win on the board. Also something to note, mention it every time we've played here in River Forest. I'll do it again. There is no overtime in the regular season anymore. Whatever the score is at the end of 90, that is the final score, tie or not. So these two teams, they have just over 44 minutes now to figure it out if one of them wants to walk away with a win.
Ties have been common for the Cougars. So far, 3 out of their 6 games have ended in a tie. So we'll see whether or not it will be the 3rd consecutive game at home in which the Cougars end in a tie.
Well, you look at some of the first half stats. After this chance by the Cougars here, maybe.
Was that Paulson? Couldn't come back to the ball right there.
So 3 Cougars with shots in that first half. Wilkinson McQuaid, the goal scorer, Jordan Gosell and Shelby Sims all putting up a shot. Goals from Wilkinson McQuaid. And go over the Aurora side. Lauren Bleefernecht having herself a heck of an offensive game. 5 shots, 3 of which found their way to the goal. 1 of them which found their way into the goal. And Jessica Mursky, number 10, she had 2 shots. One of them, well, she had 2 shots and then had an assist as well. Emma Dyer and Sydney Kranick, the other 2 Spartans with a shot on the game.
Speaking of Biffreneck, she has it. Look at the cross it, come back inside the box, has it, crosses it in. On the foot of no one right there. And now control there by Bowers. Mentioned Biffreneck. She came in today with only 5 shots on the year, and she's already tied that total, and let alone just in the first half. So here upcoming. Kimberly out muscling right there. Mursky. Bowers heaves it away. It falls right there on the foot of Loza. However, misjudged it right there and it's out of play. Paulson moves it upfield. And it falls to the feet right there that time. Chancellor, opportunity, McQuaid, can't get there. Pass a little bit too far ahead of her and controlled and kicked away by Deck. Foul right there. Committed against the Spartans. First time these two teams meet here in River Forest since their meeting back in March of 2021, where But Cougars came out for a 1-0 win. The previous meeting last year in Aurora ended in a scoreless draw. So let's see where the same result will happen here. Draw. Lid. Good job there. Loza got pass right there. Mirsky. Paulson. Cuts it in. Gives it up to Loza. Shot. Blocked on the way through right there by Coons. Brown. Blocked again. So 2 opportunities. Both of them blocked, however.
Well, Loza was a big-time scorer on the Cougars roster last season. The second half is the first time we've seen her today so far. So Coach Garza putting out high-profile score from last year. See if he can get her going on the season. Loza, no goals, no assists, no points. She has gotten 2 shots off, one of which found its way to the goal. So number 10 struggling to find that offensive touch she had last season.
Brown continues to chase the ball. And a good job by her because it caused a throw-in after the pressure was felt there by the keeper deck. So throw-in here for Bowers. Coming back to the ball right there was Wilkinson McQuaid. Has it shot there with her left foot. However, it went sailing to the right and resolved to goal kick. Paulson. Too much touch right there. Campbell right now has it. Tries to establish control, does so. She finds Paulson, who backpedals.
Emma Dyer back in the game for Jennifer Lynn. Dyer had a shot on goal in that first half. Resulted in a save for Salenzi. Coach Sitch of Aurora putting in one of our players who's generated some offense this game.
Shot there from distance, and it falls comfortably to the stomach there of Salenzi. As it appears, Paulson on the ground. She's currently reviewed right now by the medical staff. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be back in a moment. Back after the injury timeout, and not a good sign right there, as the injured Cougar was Joanna Paulson right there, who came into the days as the leading goal scorer with 2 goals for the Cougars.
You gotta hope Paulson's all right. She was able to get back on her feet with the help of the trainers. She's getting attended to right now, but if it's not this game, Coach Garza hopes to have his number 21 back on the field as soon as possible. For now, though, his team, they got 37 minutes to figure things out offensively and put at least one goal up on the board if they want to walk away with a win. The first win of the season, Coach Garza's first win as a Cougar.
So coming in for Paulson will be number 31, Jamie Siebert. She'll come back into the game. Coming back there to deck. And good job there by Loza. It'll end up in a goal kick. However, great work ethic by her to pursue it.
The Cougars have been doing a good job putting the pressure on deck after she thinks she has control of the ball. Loza did it there. She just forces a turnover. Saw Gassell do it earlier, and I believe Ellie Brown was the other Cougar player to do it, but not giving Deck any time to feel comfortable.
Shot. Save there by Deck.
That's a tough save. I don't think she was ready for that immediate fire from Chancellor. Bounced off the top of her hands.
First shot on net for the Cougars since the opening part of the first half. Chancellor again. Through ball there. Deck will clear it away. Now Kemmer will look to control it. That's the way it's headed down by Dougherty. Comes the Spartans. Continuing to like to play on the near side of the pitch. They did so in the opening half. As the opening half, they had possession 56% of the time compared to the Cougars with 44. Ford. Pass right to Dyer. Read there by Fernandez. And now, opportunity here. Bivernak to get her second of the day. Skies it high. Happy feet there from her. And result will be a goal kick as she was looking to put her second goal of the game.
Well, team you see in front of you isn't the only Concordia soccer that'll be in action tonight. The men's team, they'll be at Aurora University to face the Spartans men's soccer team. That's a 7 p.m. start time. Coverage for it can be found at cucougars.com, as can everything CUC Athletics. All the teams are on there. All you have to do is click on sports and any team you want. You can find rosters, schedules, stats, and more. Once again, that's cucougars.com. And once again, men's soccer kicks off at 7 p.m. at Aurora University.
In addition to that, on Saturday, they'll be at home, both the men and women's, in a doubleheader against St. Norbert College. It's going to be a good day of soccer on Saturday indeed.
Now for the Cougars, number 14, Jordan Rosell.
Here comes Shelton, trying to, and does. Well done by her, out-muscling Dyer there. Meanwhile, we had a substitution on the previous stoppage. Gassell goes on the pitch for Loza. Sieber. Throw in here. Aurora trying to get out of the defensive third. They do there. Good pass to the middle. A foul. Another foul. A free kick. Caleb Spear, number 21. Will send it away. Mirsky and Brown bow for it. Now Spear comes all the way back up. And then trying to control it. It was Kuntz. And did so in the nick of time. Backheel pass attempt there from Gasell to Chancellor. Ineffective there, and worse, the end result will be a foul. Bowers heads it, however, he goes backwards. Dyer. Headed by Ford. She tries to win her ball back. And Slency will grab onto it. Another substitution from Eddie Garza and the Cougars.
Nice flip there by Watson coming into the game.
So Watson will come in for Chancellor. Brown heads it. It's going to fall into play. And now the Spartans will make their own substitution.
Now in for the Spartans, number 17, Abby Kay.
So the senior, Abby Kay, back on the field. Comes Bifferneck. Dyer. Kicked out there by Fernandez.
And Bifferneck had some speed going down the sideline. Dyer wasn't too far behind her up in the middle. But good job by Fernandez. Standard ground.
Watson trying to reach it. Doesn't. But however, forces Deck to kick out of harm's way immediately and a throw in.
Well, the Cougars have been making Deck work today. Only 2 saves on the day, but had to come out a lot, make a lot of plays just because of the pressure from the Cougars. Deck's been forced all over the field right now.
Beautiful move there by Watson. Sieber blocked there by Kuntz. Now here goes Bifferneck. And Rizal, no foul. Control right now on the far side of the field, and Dyer just misplaced the placement of the ball right there. Throw in here. Neither team coming into the day was known for their goal scoring. Both teams averaged under 1 goal a game. And within the opening 15 minutes, both teams have one on the board. Already. Okay. Spartans. Dyer. Had to face 2 defenders. Over neck. Had one from distance. No trouble there for Slenzi.
Well, coming into today, Cougars ranked 9th in the conference. Still early goings in conference play, but interesting to look at. They were sitting at a record of 0-1-1. Tied with that record is Benedictine. And then 13th sits Aurora with their 0-2 conference record. They're tied with 3 other teams.
And a shot from the far side of the pitch. It was a close call there, and Deck had to get there in time. Couldn't tell from the angle we're at whether or not it would have gone in the net, but it sure caused trouble for Deck. And now Spearing can't get it out. Deck now has to just kick it.
It feels like Cougars might have a little something going here. See some energy from the audience is picking up as well. So Cougars, they got 25 minutes to put at least one up on the board if they want to come away with a win. They're going to look to avoid their 4th tie of the year or their 3rd loss.
They had 3 shots, the Cougars, in the opening half. Since then, they have tripled that to make it to 9. So far, as we mentioned, they're doing a lot better job attacking. Ball lands on the head there. The Spartan K. Ira can't control. And a substitution. Bertham.
So it'll be Glodowski and Pamela Saldivar coming in for the Cougars. Ken Worthy's out, as is the Cougar currently talking to Coach Garza, Megan Wilkinson-McQuaid. Goal scorer on the day for CUC.
Good job there by the Cougars. I say that. Lifferneck again, just all over the pitch today for the Spartans. Then clear it away by Sims. Zebra can't get there in time. Another substitution up here for the Spartans. Partial now comes into the game. Zebra gets tripped up on the far side. Throwing stuff at the Cougars.
We'll officially pass the halfway mark of the second half. Last quarter of action in today's match. So I expect to see the two teams kind of shift into high gear here for the last 22 minutes and 3 seconds. But much like the end of the first, been a back and forth affair so far in the second half. Cougars probably having the edge offensively, but hasn't shown up on the scoreboard yet. So I just got to find that one sneak past deck.
Haven't been able to break through yet. And then for the Spartans, they haven't had their fair share of luck as well as scoring. So it looks like potentially whoever's scoring next will be the winner at this rate. Sims. Finds Sieber. And couldn't get there to Watson. She was trying to do the outlet pass to Watson. Through ball. Again, miscommunication there between Gasell and Watson. As we will be back soon for the continuation of the second half. Score still leveled at 1-1. A little over 20 minutes left here in the second half. Leveled 1 apiece between the Spartans of Aurora and the Cougars of Concordia, Chicago. But will there be a winner? We'll find out. Watson passes one inside the box. Here's Sims. There's Brown. Seberg, can she get there? Can't get there in time. Goal kick.
A quick throw there by Deck. I think Spartans might be trying to speed up the tempo a little bit coming out of hydration break. You know, they got less than 20 minutes to try and pick up their first conference win of the year. First win of the year, period, I should say. So they're ready to put the pedal to the metal and kick it into high gear against the Cougars.
Throw in here for the Spartans. Ferris will throw it in. So with under 20 minutes left, will the game open up for both teams and see both teams going for it on both sides attacking? Or, an interesting scenario, if one team decides to accept the draw and play more defensively, the other team will look to potentially attack more, and it'll be an interesting game of cat and mouse.
I don't think either of these teams are going to accept the draw here. Their third conference game for both of them. They want that win. They want their first win of the season. I think we'll see at least one of these two start to push things a little bit.
Sheldon heaves it away. And the header there, too far out, which gave enough time right there for Deck to make the save.
Well, the offense has been a lot more consistent for the Cougars, putting opportunities towards the net. They just got to find that magic one now.
Brown. There's Aurora. Doherty. For neck. Sprints down the near side. And crosses it in right there. Only person near was Dyer. And was nowhere near her. Cougars pressuring in the midfield, trying to win possession back. From behind, Cassell, ball back. Watson sprints the way down. That gives it up right there, kicks it perfectly into the feet there of Ferris, who then just gives it up to Shelton. That'd be a free kick. That's the ball with the ref on the way. Barnes looking to do a counterattack here. 2-on-3. Stop there. Defensively by the Cougars, they stop a potential attack. Saldivar. Through ball there. The Dyer has an opportunity to make a shot. Cuts back on her right foot. Dyer puts it in. The Spartans, with under 15 minutes left, take a 2-1 lead off the right foot of Emma Dyer, the freshman. Her first career goal, and it couldn't have come in a better time for the Spartans.
Well, good cutback by Dyer. She had Cougars defender moving one way, cut back the other way. Let that Cougars defender momentum keep carrying her. And it was just that one-on-one with Salenzi, and good patience there by Dyer. Good handles by Dyer as well. So Cougars, 14:50 left to go in the game. They got some work cut out for them.
So the team who came in today only scoring 2 goals on the season have matched the total today. And now for the Cougars, with under 15 minutes left, they haven't been able to, throughout the season, put balls in the back of the net. Now are in need of finding one.
Well, only time Cougars have scored more than 1 goal in a game is back here in River Forest on the September 7th against St. Xavier as Juliana Paulson's 2-goal game. That is a 2-2 tie with St. Xavier.
They scored the game-tying goal against St. Xavier near the end in the last 5 minutes. So now they'll be looking for another one here. And they might get it. Ducking down right there was appeared to be Wilkinson McQuaid. Sims. Chance here upcoming. Shot right there. Goes wide of the foot of Chancellor. She was cutting out wide. She shot it wide.
Well, Deck chases this one down and gets set for the goal kick. One more reminder that you can check out our YouTube page, CUC Sports. Your digital content, interviews, and all broadcasts found here on the Cougar Sports Network. Now, for just $5 a month, just $5, you can become a channel member, receive exclusive access to content, and the ability to participate in live chats during broadcasts. All you got to do, go to CUC Sports on YouTube, click the join button to become a member. But if you don't want to become a member at the time, you can always donate to our athletic communications department by clicking the thank button on any video. That'll help improve broadcasts like the one you're watching right now. We sincerely thank you for all of your support.
Free kick here. Quick note right there on the goal by Dyer. It was assisted there by number 17, Abby Kay. And with that, it's given the Spartans the 2-1 lead.
Players getting a little darker here in River Forest. I think they're calling for rain about 6 o'clock. It's 5:40 currently. Should be done by the time it gets here, but lighting conditions definitely have changed.
Shot there. Nowhere near the net this time, but having a go at it was Ferris. At worst case, played his way of continuing to chew down the clock as substitutions galore from both teams.
Saldivar, Goldowski, and Kenworthy out for the Cougars. Hannah Ford in for the Spartans. We'll get those new Cougars on the field for you in just a second. Ford came in for the goal scorer, Dyer.
Losa. Just to pass it up ahead. So. Sieber, could you get her foot on it? Does. 2 Cougars right there. Cleared away at the last second by the Spartans.
It's a good job by Coons getting in front of those 2 Cougs, waiting to bounce, ready to pounce on that rebound.
Good question, however, with Sieber right there, deciding to rather cross it in the middle rather than shooting it on her right.
One quick update, too, on those substitutions. Fernandez, Gosell, Siebert back in for the Cougars. And Saldivar, Glodowski, and Kenworthy were the trio coming out. Take a seat on the bench. So we got about 10.5 minutes left before we get our final score of the day.
To McQuaid. Bowers let it out for a throw-in. Sims wins it back. Now having to retreat. And gets brought down right there. The challenger by Ford. Continue. Cassell. Not much options. And it's going to go for a corner here. Here we go. So Lowe's going to take it. There's currently 8 players moving inside the box. There's about 3 of them inside the 6. So in corner. But go at it, Sims. Just skies it high. At the end out of play. So a golden opportunity right there. Comes to the wayside for the Cougars. Not a good job there by Deck.
Jessica Mirsky back in the game for the Spartans. She's been putting some good pressure on. Evelyn Sanchez also in, freshman midfielder out of Elgin, Illinois.
Here we have free kick. Remember, it's the same situation that happened against St. Xavier when they had a free kick and tied at the end of the game. So can they find another one in them? Elizabeth deliver. Off the post. Still in. And a whistle right there. It nearly happened again. A great effort right there. On the shot there by Wilkinson McQuay. And it just hit the upper part. Hit the crossbar on the way.
Fortunate luck for the Cougars. That's a couple inches lower. That's going in the back of the net. It's one of those you wish, I don't know if you even wish you had back. It's just some bad luck hitting the crossbar. So everything was right there. Good penalty kick. Good opportunity after the kick. This crossbar had other plans.
Now throw in there and a foul maybe here on Chancellor. No, she was not happy right there. She whacked Pierre the shin guard of Ford.
Say now's not the time to get undisciplined if you're the Cougars.
Brown. Pass was in between Bob Cassell and Wilkinson McQuaid. And at the end, it was last touched by a Cougar. So now 6:20 left. Aurora will try to find a way to kill the game. Either by finding a way to go into the attacking third and standing by the corner flag, or in this case, just letting the ball out of play. Brown. Pass got blocked on the way through. Deflection there. Brings the ball originally back to where we started with Deck. As the senior boots it away. Up and in the air. That Spearing will So let Deck have it. Bifferneck. See there on the face there of Dowry right there. Not happy with herself. 5 minutes less and counting. Well, head coach Eddie Garza still have to wait another few days for in search of his first win, or can they at least salvage it with another draw at home?
See Watson and Paulson back in. Paulson's got some speed, some good offensive skills. Watson does a good job in one-on-one situations of getting defenders off of her, so 2 good offensive threats for the Cougars. So looking for equalizer in about 4 minutes, 10 seconds, or maybe even more.
Foul here committed. Be the 8th foul against the Cougars. They're on the far side. Two and a half minutes left. 3.5 minutes is what separates the Spartans from picking up their first win. The Cougars remaining winless on the year. Spartans like to kill the game right now. So we can cross and all the way out, go kick. John will just kick it all the way down the field. Loza. Saber. Paulson. Couldn't gain control.
At this point for your Cougars, you just got to start sending stuff towards net. Hope you get some kind of lucky bounce or break or something. You got less than 2.5 minutes now to score that second game-tying goal.
It's going to be a throw-in for the Spartans. 2 minutes left. And another throw, which is the last thing in the Cougars want, but it's the best thing that happened right now for the Spartans. As they inch further closer to the corner flag.
Oh, going the wrong way. Gotta get that ball moving downfield, just like that.
Here we go. Oza sprinting ahead. Spain will get there. That will kick it. Bowers is going to head it. They keep it in. After the header, it falls right into the feet there of Sanchez. So it's going to be a throw in here. We are nearing the 1 minute mark. Throw in again. All or nothing. Loza. Got double team right there by Newton and Bifferneck. Watson, here could be the moment. Watson, oh, can't get there. Good hustle right there by Deck. And now with half a minute to go, that might have been the best opportunity remaining for the Cougars.
I said it before, Deck's been all over the place today in terms of grabbing anything that comes in the box. Great play there to shut down that chance from the Cougars.
15 seconds left. Throw in, and that pretty much could be the final call of the day for the Cougars.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, head coach Eddie Garza will have to wait till Saturday in hopes of his first win in charge of the Cougars. As for the Spartans, they are finally victorious for the first time this year in a 2-1 win. Thanks in large part at the end of the game, the goal there by the freshman Emma Dyer, her first of the year. And in large part as well by number 25, Lauren Biffernack, her work all over the field, in the midfield. As for the Cougars, they'll have to wait till Saturday against St. Norbert College to pick up their first win of the year. From everyone here in River Forest, for Peter Perkowski and the entire crew, I am Rafael Gonzalez saying so long, and as always, go Cougars.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's Concordia University Chicago Cougars Athletics broadcast. We hope to see you on campus very soon. If you would like to learn more about what Concordia Chicago has to offer, go to cuchicago.edu.